Another question here from Pascal: is a landing failure on LZ1 worse than on a drone ship? Um,
Holy moly, we did it. We did it. Last minute decision to do this live stream, and I'm here. So, can you guys hear me? Let me know. I thought I'd be asleep at this point in time, but it's Colorado. I always stay up late. Daylight savings time is upon us this Sunday, and I figured I'll stay up. I'll watch this launch. This is the last Dragon version 1 Dragon mission of its kind. We are moving on to Dragon 2, man. Dragon 2 cargo capsules are going to be badass. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is Dragon 2. I'm going to test this out, make sure you guys can hear me as well here. SpaceX stream is live. Let me know if you can hear this.
So essentially they would just become regular station crew members, just with not...
Except for that as well. Hold on. Sorry. Unmute. What's going on? Hold on. Sorry, guys. Having some issues here. Oh, YouTube's just having fun time with me tonight. SpaceX live stream is up. I'm just going to check and make sure nobody's commented. Let me know if they can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me. The best way I can make this content better is if you guys comment, let me know. Yeah, last minute decision to get the studio up and running. I was working all night last night on meme review. Holy shit, meme review was hard to edit, and it's really hard to make those videos work. But I made meme review workout last night, filmed it, edited it, did it everything within 24 hours, and made myself a 14-minute video, and it works. What's going on? Hold on, sorry guys. Oh, cool, you can hear me. Just making sure. So yeah, man. Meme review is on my channel now. I highly recommend you check that out. There's some really funny clips on there. There's a lot of dank memes to go through. Today we are going to be watching the Falcon 9. I have a picture of it right here with actually Dragon version 2 on it right there on the top, but today we'll be looking at a different configuration of Dragon, the first Dragon that SpaceX developed, and partnered with NASA to provide commercial resupply missions for NASA, and they've successfully done these, except for one launch failed, and then also they actually had CRS 16 was one of those launches that failed back last year. I think the year anniversary was pretty recently for that, where it did a soft landing in the ocean. The mission was successful, but the booster landing was not. Tonight we are facing very high winds. Elon Musk said himself just today that, well, several minutes ago actually, that rocket will land in the highest winds ever at Cape Canaveral tonight. This is intentional envelope expansion. So they're really pushing it to the limits. They're going to see if they can get this thing to land. Cool. We have another Dragon. Oh no, this is just like a SpaceX intro. They keep they make new intros for every live stream. It's pretty interesting. Let me switch over to desktop with cam here. Sorry about that. Didn't have that much time to explain Dragon, but I'm just here to watch it. How you guys doing? Let me know.
Live view of Cape Canaveral's Space Launch Complex 40, where Falcon 9 is about to launch a Dragon spacecraft.
Pretty stoked.
Liftoff is targeted for 11:50 p.m. Eastern Time, or 4:50.
I got pretty confused. Let me put this down. I got pretty confused this morning with the I don't know why, but my brain just doesn't work with daylight time, Eastern Daylight Time, Pacific, everything. I got so confused today, and when they said they were launching at 11:30, I thought that was going to be like 2 in the morning for me, but I forgot the way the Earth turned, and it's actually 9 o'clock here. It's about 9:36. So, in Colorado. So, yeah, I'm bad with time, and especially when it comes to like converting regular hours to military hours. I'm just like, I can go to like 16 and then I forget where I'm at. I get confused. By the way, Colorado's petitioning to get rid of daylight savings time, so I hope we can do that because I'm really sick of daylight savings time. It's kind of weird. Doesn't make sense. If Arizona next to me doesn't do daylight savings time, it's like, why are we doing daylight savings times? Sorry, she's talking about some pretty important stuff here.
We're
talking about
just
backup
about to hit
time
the
frames.
T-minus 13-minute mark and counting, with all systems currently go at both our Cape Canaveral Mission Control Center and our headquarter Mission Control Center here in Hawthorne, California. So let's take a closer look at today's Falcon 9 and Dragon spacecraft out on the pad.
My name is Jessie Anderson, and I'm a lead manufacturing engineer here at SpaceX. Tonight, we will be delivering approximately 4,500 pounds of cargo to the space station, including critical materials to support dozens of science and research investigations that will occur on board the orbiting laboratory. We'll go a little bit more into detail on some of that research later on in tonight's webcast. This will be SpaceX's 5th launch this year, and we'll be launching a flight-proven Dragon spacecraft, which flew twice before, back on CRS 10 in 2017 and CRS 16 in 2018. Dragon was designed from the beginning to be reused, so this will be our 3rd mission flying the same vehicle
Pretty cool,
for
man.
the 3rd time to the International Space Station. This marks our 9th mission reflying Dragon. We'll also be flying a reused booster, which supported our last CRS mission back in December. To date, we've had 80 successful launches of Falcon 9, and 30 out of that 80 were on reflown boosters, which is almost half of those launches. Tonight, we will be bringing Falcon 9 back to land at Landing Zone 1 in Cape Canaveral for use on future missions. For those keeping count,
I hope they get it.
Successfully land Falcon 9 tonight, this will mark our 50th booster landing.
50th booster landing. Not so much luck with Starlink last time, but we can do it.
Has a
We just need to hit that 50 mark, man. Come on.
Which ignites after the first stage separates. The second stage is what will carry Dragon to its intended orbit, allowing the spacecraft to eventually rendezvous with the space station.
Do you mind if I move my monitor?
With that, let's check in with Kate to get a status update on tonight's mission.
You don't care.
It's T-minus 11 minutes almost, and the SpaceX team is working no significant issues. The go, no-go poll was conducted at T-minus 38 minutes, and propellant loading began shortly thereafter at T-minus 35 minutes. At this point, RP1 is completely loaded on stage 2 and nearly complete on stage 1. Liquid oxygen loading is underway on both stages and will complete at T-minus 2
I'm delayed
minutes
by
to
about
launch.
a minute
We're also loading
and a
helium
half.
gas into
Not bad.
both stages. Falcon 9 uses helium as a pressurant to backfill the propellant tanks as both LOX and RP1 are consumed by the Merlin engines during ascent. Dragon also began its startup sequence at T-minus 35 minutes when it coordinated timing with Falcon 9.
Yeah, Dragon 2 is going to have the ability to refly several times. For this capsule flying its third flight, that is really impressive.
The range is ready to support. Now, we have had our eyes on those winds going on this evening, but within the last 20 minutes, they have been trending in the right direction, so looking good there for now.
They send a lot of weather balloons up, by the way.
Falcon 9,
Several.
Dragon, and Range are reporting green, and at T-minus 10 minutes on the dot, all systems are currently go.
Tonight's mission will be the last for this version of our Dragon vehicle, which began making trips to the space station back in 2012, becoming the first privately developed spacecraft.
Man, I wasn't a SpaceX fan in
Since
2012.
Dragon's first flight, the spacecraft has spent 520
Where have I been
days
this whole
attached
time?
to the International Space Station. That's almost a year and a half.
I'm gonna edit
To
my,
date, Dragon has made a total of 20 trips to the station, flying over 95,000 pounds of cargo and
probably
returning
better.
over
Yeah.
76,000 pounds
Sorry,
of
that
cargo.
light is
back
killing
to
me.
Earth.
Been looking at that light all
In
night.
its 8 years of service, Dragon has also delivered some really cool and vital scientific experiments to the
Yeah, it's going to
orbiting
be
laboratory.
interesting with the
Tonight's
docking
mission
port
is no
being
different.
smaller on the new
Will be
Dragon.
carrying dozens of research payloads to the space
They won't be
station,
able to return a certain
including the
type of
Research and
spacesuit
National
with this
Laboratory,
Dragon,
operated by the Center
or
for
with
the
the
Advancement
new
of
Dragon.
Science
This
in
this one
Space,
currently
or
can
CASIS.
bring a
There are more
spacesuit
than 20
to and from the
payloads
space station,
included
but
on this mission sponsored by the National Lab. The National Lab payloads
wonder.
represent a diverse group of research investigations, all of which are intended to benefit
someday
life
Starship's
here
going
on
to dock to the space
Earth. Let's
station.
take a look at some of the groundbreaking
Can you believe
research
that?
from cases
Well,
that will
it
be
might,
aboard
but
the CRS-20 mission.
I think it'd be really cool if it did. All right, let's go ahead and mute this. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is the port, the docking port, since the Canadarm berths the Dragon currently, this version of Dragon, that port right there is big enough to fit a certain type of spacesuit to and from space station to Earth, so that maintenance can be made. With this with New Dragon version 2, there won't be too much. That's gonna have to get worked out. So, interesting. So the payload mass today is 1,977 kilograms. We have a completed static fire. Obviously, they wouldn't be loading up if there wasn't a static fire. March 1st, so several days ago, they did that static fire. I think they're prepping for a Starlink launch as well, so we should see that. You know what's crazy about this year is that SpaceX isn't doing well. I don't think there's any plans for Vandenberg Air Force Base launches in California. So far this year, it's all been Kennedy, so that's interesting. Again, we have the Falcon 9 version 1 Block 5 today, a booster 1059. Past flights of this core is CRS 19, so the previous International Space Station resupply. That CRS mission, the booster flew that one and obviously landed, or else it wouldn't be on the launch pad. We have, of course, Dragon 1 on this guy. The capsule is number C112, so that'll be the last capsule to go on the International Space Station and back. It's a short trip. It supplies the astronauts with what they need to survive. They have life support, food, and other science experiments, as they're talking about here. Exciting stuff, man. And with Demo 2 coming up in the next couple of months with Bob and Doug, man, I got to be in Florida for this. Oh, but speaking of being in Florida, shout out to Felix Schlong from the channel What About It. You should check out his channel. He's in Florida watching his first SpaceX launch tonight. Shout out to you, Felix. You rock. I know you always say we rock or SpaceX rocks or whatever. You rock, man. I really wish I could have made it to Boca Chica for your meet and greet. Maybe I can. It's in a couple of a week or two. So thinking about maybe making a trip, but yeah, you know.
These missions will use the
6 minutes.
Dragon, which
We gotta wait for Strongback to peel those arms off that top section there and roll back about I don't know, 6 degrees, something like that, like very small amount. And then once the rocket launches out, the Strongback will go about 15 degrees or so.
Astronauts and helping keep the space station fully operational is a top priority for SpaceX. And our first mission.
By the way, I'm playing with this weird stuff called. Hold on, let me turn this down.
A contract with Axiom
this is what keeps me sane. This is called stress putty, and it's basically just silicon, and it never dries out like Play-Doh does. It's just really fun to play with and kind of like run through my fingers. All night last night I was just playing with this stress putty and filming meme review, editing meme review, and look where I'm at now, man. I have meme review 2 out, and I want you guys to check that out. Let me know what you think. I had a lot of fun filming that, dude. There's a lot of really funny memes out there for Starship and ULA. I mean, no tribalism. I'm all for all the space companies right now, especially Blue Origin, rooting for them all the way for New Glenn development. SpaceX, Rocket Lab, everybody else. But man, these memes are just like, they are savage, and I love reading them off. So and I promise I won't rate memes with rockets with F9s anymore. I think that's a bit absurd to rate them with F9s, but why not? I don't know. I was just having fun with my first one. That was actually Space Meme Review 1 was my first attempt to a YouTube video ever. Like first attempt to like a real like start to finish like review or like just a video, like a highly edited video. I've only done live streams before, so that was fun, man. And today, or I should say last night, I learned a lot about Adobe Premiere Pro. So I'm hopefully I can get better at it. Enough said there. A lot of good ideas for my channel, by the way. A lot of cool things coming. I have an announcement that I will announce this after the rocket launches and lands. I will give you guys a quick announcement here. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. I have something planned for you guys. I do.
Finally, a few seconds before liftoff, the engines are ignited. At T0, the rocket is released from the hold-down clamps for liftoff, after which the strongback, which is the white truss section that you see there behind the rocket, that will fully retract away, clearing the way for F9's ascent. Dragon is performing its own final health checkouts to make sure all of its primary systems are ready for its rendezvous with the space station. Range remains green for launch.
Oh man, I wish they would. Well, there's a SpaceX logo and 2 stickers of the ISS on the other side of the capsule that signifies two prior flights with the same capsule.
Is green for takeoff.
They're doing it.
Under the 3-minute mark before launch.
Oh man, there are no delays tonight. No holds. And we have quite the venting going on too. That venting is obviously condensation. Florida is very, very humid. I can tell you from experience. I'm from Colorado. It's super dry here, and I like it that way. But going to Florida made me feel like a toad, basically. Like I woke up and I felt like I was a toad. I was just sweating, just secreting body oils all day because it's just so humid down there. But exactly, that's why the Falcon 9 it vents hydrogen out there right at the top, liquid oxygen. I'm sorry. And what you see on the sides is the rocket is at cryogenic temperatures, and it's so cold that when air touches the side of the rocket body, it immediately turns into a gas, and that's what you see. Kind of like what you see with an old soda can or water bottle is just a regular bottle condensation. This is rocket science right here. When air turns to gas or liquid, whatever. See, I'm like an awful scientist. All I can explain is that the rocket will light its engines, go up into space, you know, reach its apogee, match its perigee. I'm learning. I'm gonna do some Kerbal stuff soon here too. I need to learn more about orbital inclination and mechanics. It's quite the vent right there. Comes out of a tube, out of the back of that strong back. I wonder what that pulls from. COPVs are loaded up for RCS thrusters, so the booster can navigate its way back home and point to LZ landing zone 1. Ooh, it's in startup. 55 seconds. I hope the grid fins don't stall out. I hope they figured out their triple redundancy there, guys.
LD, go for launch.
Go for launch. Let's turn this up so we can hear the roar here. Oh, man. I made it. Thanks for joining, everybody.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Oops.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Bad YouTuber skills. This bar won't go away.
10.
There you go.
9. 8. 7. 6.
It already happened.
5.
I'm 2 minutes behind
4.
already.
3. 2. 1. 0.
If you're watching my live stream, it's already miles
Top
up.
at the end, Dragon 1.
Vehicle is pushing downrange. Now 1 deep pause.
Damn. Man, if I could just get closer than when I saw the Falcon Heavy at Jetty Park, man. If I could see a Falcon 9 just like half the distance from where I saw it in Florida last time, it would be quite the experience. I want to hear those engines.
Power and telemetry nominal.
But from
At T
7
plus
miles
45
away,
seconds, Falcon 9 has cleared the
Falcon
towers,
Heavy roared
and the
from
final
7
Dragon
miles
1
away.
flight
It
is
was
underway.
loud. Guaranteed excitement. If you've never seen a rocket launch, I highly
Everything looking
recommend.
nominal
Falcon
for
9
stage
is
1.
supersonic.
We heard the call out that the vehicle is supersonic.
All right. It's looking nominal.
Vehicle is experiencing maximum dynamic pressure.
I never got to explain the orbital path. That
There
they're
we
going
heard the
down,
call out for Max Q.
But the flight path for this launch is quite odd.
Coming up next, there are 5 events that will be happening in rapid succession. Main engine cutoff, or as you'll see in the event tracker on
But
the
it's all
bottom
the
of your
second
screen,
stage. It's going to be
MECO.
basically just going
Then
around,
stage separation, second
going
engine
around
start,
Cuba,
or
'cause it's actually
SES1,
launching due
followed by a
north
boost back burn
east.
of the first stage and Dragon nose cone deploy.
And it can't launch over those
Main
islands,
engine cutoff
so
for MECO is where all 9 M1D engines on first stage will shut down.
they have to
This is immediately followed by stage
sure that they
separation,
go-
where the
they're
first and
tracing
second
over
stages
water
will separate.
in case anything
A
goes
few
wrong.
seconds later, MVAC, or the M
we're
Merlin
not
vacuum
like China,
engine
we
on
don't
the
just
second
land
stage will
rockets on
ignite and
people.
begin to boost Dragon to
Okay.
low Earth orbit.
Impact shield started.
Sorry, I realize you probably can't
So
hear
again,
me.
MECO, stage
I said, we're not China. We don't just land rockets on people.
all happening in quick succession. Let's tune in.
All right, this is really quick what happens here in the boost back burn. Okay, MECO. Stage
separation.
Pow!
Merlin and back 1D, bam!
And there on the right-hand side of your screen, and by the cheers in the crowd behind me,
I know this
we have
dance.
visual
This is so
confirmation of
beautiful.
second engine
See
start
that-
as
see that
that warm
plasma?
glow begins to build around the
Ooh,
back
that
nozzle.
plasma is crazy.
On the left-hand side of your screen, we have an amazing.
That plasma
of
you're
the
looking at
first
there
stage
is
as
two
it is
engines.
performing its boost back burn.
Hold on, let me
Now,
turn
this
this
is the
down.
first of 3 maneuvers that the first stage will be
That
performing.
plasma you see is
As
two
Jesse
engines
mentioned
firing at
earlier,
each other
we
as
will be
many
landing back
chemicals
at
in one
landing
direction
zone
as they
1
possibly
on
can.
coast to Florida.
And I wonder if that actually helps them
the
separate
first stage has
or
been
go farther away.
completed
But
itself,
I mean, obviously the
and
Merlins are
headed
doing all the
back
work
west.
here. But
It
that's the
was
boost
flying
back burn you're
flip
seeing on
around
that
and
first
back
stage
west
there.
towards the Cape.
Wow, that was a lot of plasma
Dragon's
throwback. That
boost
was
back burn
crazy.
should be ending in 5 seconds.
Wow. You can
Comeback
do
is
it.
Looking good. Everything nominal with our temperature and power readings there.
You can do it.
And we can see on the
You can
left-hand
do it,
side of our
Falcon.
screen that the boost back burn has completed.
50
Second
landings.
stage looking good.
This is
as
pushing
Dragon
the
is on
envelope for
its way to the
SpaceX.
International Space Station.
Hell yeah, man.
Vehicle is on a nominal trajectory.
A lot of shake going on that screen. Not a bad thing, by the way. Totally fine. Normal. And you'll see the aluminum shielding, the aluminum foil shielding on the side of the engine there. When you see puffs, that's actually that's not RCS. That's just engine. That's just an engine. That's a vent or something, or some type of release valve that just puts pressure out. So kind of weird, huh? You don't see not much. You never really get to see that during launches. This is the primo views, man. Primo views we got here. Most aerospace companies will show you, except for Rocket Lab, will show you just some animation. And come on, man. We don't live in the 60s anymore.
So then following the boost back burn, Falcon 9 executes its re-entry burn to slow itself down before hitting the dense part of the atmosphere. And we got Dragon on top, by the way, so there's no fairing deployment. So no fairing ships, no drone ship. There's no
ocean cleanup this time around.
So far, second stage is still looking good. It's T plus 5 minutes, and the second
if anything, Dragon launches are the most reusable because, well, they haven't really proven that they can catch fairings quite yet. So with this, they're reusing more parts than with a regular satellite deployment launch.
Burn on the first stage, that entry burn.
So Falcon 9 is entering in tail first, Merlin's first, positioning itself, and now it's starting to reach into the troposphere, where atmosphere starts to heat and get a little bit more thick, and the Falcon needs to do an entry burn to slow it down by almost half its speed in order to survive that re-entry, because it gets so hot.
You're just now joining us. It's T plus 6 minutes.
So you fight fire with fire, essentially.
The first stage entry burn, which will then be followed by the landing burn and landing of the first stage on our landing zone 1 in Cape Canaveral.
By the way, my Elon time video did god awful, so thanks. I don't know why I even did that video, but I thought it was fun. I read you guys a fun little quote from Elon. Cool, you can see Florida right there. That's cool. You can see the Cape Canaveral. Yeah, check out my Elon time video. It's actually quite inspiring. There's entry burn.
And there it is. Entry burn has started. This burn will last about 20 seconds long. Again, as I mentioned earlier, there's those grid fins that you can see on your left-hand screen near the top of the first stage. That's guiding the vehicle to the landing zone. And there's that shutdown of that entry burn. So we're just about 40 seconds away or so from the landing burn start. The landing burn will last about 30 seconds before the vehicle touches down. Second stage is still looking nominal.
Holy crap, that is flying in so hot.
It is a bit dark since it is nighttime.
Oh my gosh, look at Earth just grow under it.
View of this landing.
Holy moly. Downlink is still good. Oh, and they start the landing burn right there. Yep.
Is that landing burn starting?
Come on, you can make it. It's very windy. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Where are you? Where are you? Oh my gosh, are you serious? Where are you? Perfect. You got it. Landing legs. Don't be too late with those. Oh, yeah.
And the Falcon has landed for the 50th time.
Good job.
SpaceX history.
Good job, SpaceX. Wow.
An awesome view
Did
of
that slam down on it?
50th
No, it's
time.
50th landing.
Congratulations to the entire SpaceX team for another successful landing.
50th landing.
50th successful first stage recovery, which is an important part of our commitment to
What happened?
reliability.
I was born in 1994. This is happening now in my life, our lives. It's crazy. Am I too excited? Probably.
So at this point, second stage. is
Holy
performing
shit.
nominally.
That is so cool.
And among all the excitement, we
That was
did
a
call out for a second
abnormally
stage
long
kickoff.
landing
So
burn.
at this
Maybe
point,
maybe
we're
not.
waiting to
I'm
get
probably just
confirmation of
it was
good
cool that we
orbit.
got to see the whole landing burn.
And we do have that confirmation. So good orbit has been confirmed, and at this point, second stage has one
All
last
right.
major task to perform, and that's to command separation of Dragon. Which should be
Separation.
happening in
And we'll
less
watch
than a
the
minute
solar
from
arrays
now.
too. We did it.
Actually, hopefully just in a couple of seconds. Now that I'm looking at
Oh my gosh.
We should have video here. that
Wow.
you can see a view
So that was
into the trunk. That is the unpressurized section.
that was
Successfully deploying away from second stage.
that pushed the envelope in the aerospace industry. Tonight's gonna make history for, and especially to push that last Dragon out of the door. This is a beautiful
That
moment.
unpressurized cargo is stuff that is able to be exposed to the vacuum of space. Everything that cannot endure such an environment, we pack into the pressurized section.
So let's check out
Coming up in about
flightclub.io.
2 minutes,
I wanted to
we
show you guys
have
this
solar array deployment. As Jesse mentioned
Let's see here.
previously, Dragon is carrying
It's
tons of
loading.
cargo to
Whoever
the
made
International Space Station on
flightclub.io,
its mission.
props to you.
A small portion
Great
of the cargo
great page
represents supplies for the
to look at,
astronauts, things like food and clothing.
to look at orbital
But most of
inclination,
the
get all the
cargo
stats.
represents science going up to the space station. The International Space Station serves as the world's leading laboratory for cutting-edge research and technology development that will enable human and robotic exploration of destinations beyond low Earth orbit, including the Moon and even Mars.
That's just ice. Good job, SpaceX. It would have been cool if the Starlink landing attempt was the 50th, but I respect SpaceX and I respect the software engineering, the work that was put into software engineering to teach the rocket to divert away from the drone ship if landing is past a margin of safety. They saved the drone ship by diverting twice. They did it with STP-2 and Starlink 4 and 5. So
We'll also have
yeah.
guidance navigation control or GNC door opening, but
It's a
unfortunately
bummer
we won't
when
see the
SpaceX
GNC
fails
door
their landing
live,
attempts, but it's
but we will
also
be able
really
to
awesome
catch
when
solar panel
people
deployment,
make it news
is
that
what
they didn't
we're
land because
waiting to
it's
see on the
abnormal.
left-hand side of your screen.
So
Right now the
seeing this
solar
booster
arrays
land
are
tonight
compacted,
with the
further up
circumstances that they were flying
above the
within,
side of the Dragon ship,
the
and that's
constraints
the view
that
we
they
see there on
did
the
it,
left.
and that's incredible. Imagine the
As I've
feeling
mentioned
of
a couple
when they
times,
landed in
tonight, this is the final
2016,
cargo resupply mission to
4
the
years
International
ago.
Space Station using the first version of
4 years
our
ago.
Dragon vehicle.
Can't do math.
The upgraded version that we're using next has a different trunk design than the one that we're currently looking at.
There's
In the new
those
version,
arrays.
there we have
Those
video
pop out
of
quick too.
deployment of the solar arrays.
Mm-hmm.
As
Cool.
Dragon stretches its wings for the very last time,
Oh.
I'd like to congratulate the SpaceX and NASA teams that have designed, built,
Congratulations.
tested, and supported this spacecraft over the last decade.
Congratulations, teams.
Your hard work has paved the way for the first Crew Dragon flight with NASA astronauts later this year.
Yes. And private. NASA astronauts and private astronauts. All right.
Dragon is now on its way to the space station. Very exciting day, as you can hear the crowd behind me.
Yeah.
In the next couple of days, Dragon
Fans
will
all around the world.
perform a series of orbital height adjust maneuvers with its Draco engines until it's within a few kilometers of the International Space Station. Then Dragon will establish a communications link with the space station.
Okay.
And then we will perform a series of checks on the vehicle. And when both NASA and SpaceX are ready, we'll initiate a slow approach to the International Space Station, pausing at several checkpoints
She
along the way to
cut like a
ensure
design
safe
into the side of her head.
When Dragon
She's
is within 10 meters of the station,
pretty cool.
the astronauts aboard will capture Dragon
Should I do that?
using the station's
I have like
robotic Canada arm.
I'm pretty much bald
a
on the side of my
process
head, so I
called
could
birthing.
do like a cool little
Finally,
Moana design.
mission control in Houston will send commands from the ground to the station's robotic arm to
I'm just a
start
copycat.
Dragon to the
I guess I
Harmony
should just
module.
admit it now.
Dragon
I
will
see
land
someone
on
with a
space
cool
station
hairdo and I'm just
beginning
like,
April, before
I could do
returning
that.
to Earth with research and return cargo.
I would never dye my hair a
We
neon
had a
color
long-time
though. It's
liftoff
just
from Cape Canaveral Space
not
Launch
for me.
Complex 40. A beautiful ascent and return of our first stage for the 50th time. Landed back. We landed the Falcon 9 for the 50th time.
good job.
And as you just saw on your screen, a beautiful stretching of the last solar array deployment of the first version of Dragon. Dragon's arrival, capture, and installation to the space station will be streamed live on March 9th, starting at 5:30 a.m. Eastern on NASA TV. Dragon will spend about 4 weeks attached to the space station before returning to Earth with cargo and research.
That's going to end our live launch coverage, but
Cool.
we'll be posting mission updates on NASA and SpaceX.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. When Dragon 2 cargo starts rolling out,
It's
gonna be pretty cool.
Today. And finally, thank all of you, the viewers, for joining us for such an exciting mission tonight. Until next time, have a great weekend.
It's the weekend. Very cool, guys. Very cool. It's the weekend. What a great way to start the weekend. Go ahead and check out Space Meme Review if you haven't had the chance. You don't have to start with one. One was kind of a trial run for me to kind of get accustomed to video editing software. I'm learning as much as I can about Adobe Premiere Pro. And last night I really put it to the test and did a lot of I did some pretty heavy editing, and it was a lot of hard work for Space Meme Review 2. It's obviously just a fun thing for me. It does come with some Starship updates on Starlink, but for the most part, most of the video, it's a 15-minute long video, and most of it is just me going through memes, and there's some pretty iconic moments in there. So enjoy Meme Review 2. More to come with that. Also, speaking of Starship updates, we have Starship 2, SN2 and 3 currently under construction. They span them up in about a week. They keep rolling out coils of stainless steel, welding them on with the right welding, obviously with the right welding settings, not the wrong ones. And they are doing a test right now with a vessel that they made. I don't know if the community has named it yet. Not sure if it's like Star Popper, Star Blopper, Star Chipper, Star Stripper. We have fun with our naming here. If it's okay, I wanted to see what it's doing. There it is. So we have 4 rings there, 2 bulkheads. We have a common. So this is basically the whole tank section again, but just kind of cut at the top, cut at the bottom, and kind of put together in one little pod. There should be about 16 or 17 rings in the middle there. But what you see is the top bulkhead, which holds a lot of the top. That would be liquid methane pressure, and then the bottom bulkhead, which is going to be holding liquid oxygen pressure. And is that right? Either way, the puck that is on the bottom of the bottom bulkhead section is we're having some issues with the puck, so to speak. That's why we saw the big ol' explosion. Well, it wasn't. It was kind of like an implosion. Hopped up 30 meters or so, fell back down, tore up into little pieces. SN1 is dead. They still have the nose cone. I'm sure that'll be integrated to SN2. What's crazy, and I made my friend laugh about this. Well, he laughed himself, but me and my friend were talking about it, and the high bay tower that was built in like a month is getting its walls installed on it right now, and we can probably see that in like previous hours here. Well, they're probably looking at the launch pad for a while now, huh? Well, anyways, the high bay crane stacking facility is still under construction, but that doesn't stop the SpaceX workers. They went ahead and started on this vessel that we're looking at here. They started on building that inside of the high bay tower immediately. They started on a third tent, and this production line is just growing and growing and growing. Seeing Starship fail, or not fail, but seeing these prototypes go through their testing measurements, and Starhopper succeeded, the rest of them, failed, which is good because they learned a lot from Starhopper. It was a fun project. It really taught them a lot about the width of the rocket, the size of it, the Raptor engine, how they're going to integrate that, how they're going to plummet, electronics. That was a Pathfinder. Then they went on to MK1, which became the Pathfinder for the ship overall, the whole vessel, fins and everything. We knew that one was going to obviously go bye-bye, so it did on the test stand. Top bulkhead blew off. What we're going to see tonight, hopefully, is a water test where they just fill it up with water and pressure test it, and then they're going to do a cryo test again pretty soon here. And it's just crazy that they built that within a week. How can they build a 9 meter, 30 feet length rocket that looks like that stands like maybe 40 feet, 30, 40 feet high? And they're welding, dude. They're getting so quick at welding, and I'm hella impressed with the SpaceX team in Boca Chica. Learned a lot today about their. I learned a lot about their work structure and how they keep a 24/7 schedule down in Boca Chica. The way they do it is they have a rotation of people who work 3 12-hour shifts every week. They'll work 3 12-hour shifts and then have a 3-day weekend. And then they will work 4 12-hour shifts and then have a 2-day weekend. I think that's how it works. Yeah. So that's the rotation of most of the SpaceX employees down in Boca Chica. And that's why they have 24/7 coverage, just constantly working on this, building, laying concrete, building tents, and innovating in several different ways. So, sorry, I'm like really excited about Starship, but like this is really crazy what's going on tonight. Again, congratulations SpaceX for 50th booster landing. I hope that booster can be reused for various reasons. I really want to see a booster fly for the 5th time. Hopefully one will fly for the 5th time soon. Maybe 6th and 7th, and I think by the end of this year we will see a Falcon 9 with about 7 flights or so. Hey, it looks like they have another Starship. They have another nose cone in the works right now. And then they have one outside it too. Those tents look really nice for being out in like the swamp of Texas, like really hot. I think those tents with AC must be a refreshing thing for those workers, because the way they started, it blows my mind still that they had to start out in the field and work their asses off in like the blistering heat with mosquitoes. So good on them for having 3 tents in the works here and a nice enclosed environment to really, really focus on this production line. We'll be seeing 100 Starships a year in about 5 years. I don't doubt it. 100 Starships a year in the next 5 years. How is that not possible at this rate? You know what I mean? All right. So, thanks, John. Thanks for joining. So cool, guys. I have one more announcement before I go for the night. Tonight, I am going to get some sleep. I have a early morning meeting with a Tesla owner. I've never ridden in an electric vehicle before. I'm a huge Tesla fan, and I've been in a Tesla in like the dealership, but I've never had a Tesla to myself for the day. So what I did was I rented a Tesla on Turo.com, and I have it scheduled for all day Saturday and Sunday morning. And I'm going to go out there, drive the mountains of Colorado in a dual motor long range version Tesla Model 3. It's dark silver and I love it. It's kind of the same color as Tim Dodd's. He calls his Tesla Miko, man engine cut off, which is really funny. It's a cute little name for a car. So tomorrow I am going to be filming my reaction to driving an electric vehicle for the first time. I've never driven or ridden in an electric vehicle. And also to just kind of go through all the features with the Tesla, give you my kind of first world impression of this car. I'm really excited to drive it around. And obviously I'm going to do autopilot tomorrow, and it's going to probably change my perspective. Now, I drive a Ford Fusion 08, and it's just an icebox, and it's I feel like when I'm driving it, it's just going to explode. But it's not like I take really good care of it, but it's just not in good shape in terms of like just its efficiency, and it's just like a little 4-liter 4-banger car, and I just hate it, man. I feel like it's a stupid car. When I look around and see Teslas on the road, there's just so many in Colorado, by the way. So I'm going to blend in just fine, but I'm going to be filming as much as I can my reactions to autopilot and all the other Tesla features. I'm also going to be taking it up to the mountains, doing some kind of like challenges, stuff like that. Hopefully the owner is going to be okay with me doing that. It's Turo.com as a website. And by the way, this is not a plug to Turo. I mean, this is not paid advertisement by any means, and my video will not have paid advertisement with Turo, but you use that website to rent other people's cars. I'm gonna be safe in that car. I'm gonna try to be as safe as I can, because I'm renting somebody else's car, but they put it on their site. And you know what a way to buy a Tesla and pay it off. If your Tesla truly can last, 200 to 300,000 miles, why not buy? And by the way, this car that I'm renting is a 2020, so I'm getting the full thing here, and I'm really excited. So that's the announcement. Gonna do a YouTube video for that. But hey, man, I just had that realization: buy a Tesla, put it online. I mean, own your second car, right? But buy a Tesla, put it online as a rental, and let people drive it around every once in a while. I had to pay a fair share to get his car for one day, including fees and everything, and I'll go over that in my video. But hell, man, what a way to just get your monthly payment down, the cost of electricity, the cost of, like obviously charging, and then maintenance might be a factor that that's like a long-term thing. If you have a lot of wear and tear and people driving the car around, like people like me, just kind of like taking it out and, just having kind of like a track day with it, so to speak. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. You know what I mean? But it's an idea for you to, it's a way for you to own a Tesla without even like having to think about the cost of it. Same goes for when Tesla rolls out robotaxis. When robotaxis are out, it's just kind of going to be a no-brainer to buy a Model 3 or a Model X or Model Y. Obviously, Model 3 is more affordable for the majority of the population, but with robotaxi features implemented in your car with FSD, you're going to be able to just make your car a business and go out and make you money, aka pay itself off. So you being an owner of a Tesla vehicle is essentially spearheading, not only in saving, like making Earth more sustainable. So you're doing that. You have an awesome car. That's the second best thing. And then you're allowing other people to experience and kind of be part of this whole new idea of robotaxiing. They don't even have to touch your steering wheel. You know what I mean? That's going to be, holy crap, that's going to be crazy. So, I mean, when that was announced last year, I was pretty blown away. It's likely it won't happen for a long time, but Elon was very optimistic about that. So it's interesting. Yeah. So, I'm going to have fun tomorrow. I got all my camera equipment, mounts, everything, so I can do a professional video. But the context is the most important part. So I'm going to hit it, guys. That was really fun. I don't know why I'm just like sitting here watching Labs live stream with you. Go ahead and leave a like, comment on this live stream if you found it entertaining, listening to me babble on for all night. I've been talking into this mic for several hours today, so I'm going to go ahead and shut the brain off, shut the mouth and wash it out, and get myself some sleep for tomorrow. Go ahead and follow my Twitter. It's Mars Meditation. I post a lot about mainly SpaceX things. I don't talk about politics that much, but sometimes I can delve into politics, but I choose not to for the most part. And you can see clips from my videos on my Twitter. I'm a pretty optimistic dude, so if you want someone who's optimistic and doesn't really like to battle, doesn't want to argue with people or promote tribalism in the space industry, I recommend following my page. And the development of this channel is just getting bigger and bigger. There's going to be some exciting announcements coming down the road, and we will see where things go from here. I'm very positive about the future, especially with some of the ideas I have just for Mars Meditation as a whole. So thank you guys so much. SpaceX, good job to you, team. Good job to Elon Musk for his radical innovations. And congratulations on a 50th landing attempt back at home in Florida. You guys have a great rest of your night. I am Bradley, or you can call me Yell Darb from Mars Meditation. Have a good rest of your night. Bye-bye.